Hello Trade Pros, this is Victor from Trade Pro Academy, and today we've got yet another video for you guys. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about something we've never talked about before, but I think you guys are going to be interested to hear what we may have to say about this. Or maybe not. But today we're going to be talking about Robinhood, the trading platform, so the app-based trading platform. We're going to be talking about, is Robinhood the best trading platform? Is it the best trading platform for beginners? Is it a good way for beginners to start to enter the market? So let's go ahead and dive into this. I hope everyone is going to enjoy this video and is excited to see what futures traders have to say about Robinhood. Without further ado, let's get into this intro. But before we do that, I want you guys to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and drop a little tap on that bell to notify you when we do get new videos out and when we do go live. So drop a comment down below. Do you guys use Robinhood? What do you use it for? How do you like it? And let's get started right after this intro, guys. So first and foremost, we got to talk about what is Robinhood. Robinhood is an app-based trading platform, mainly in the US. Us in Canada, we don't really have access to it. And what it does, it offers commission-free trading. So commission-free trading on stocks, ETFs, and options, which is a no-brainer for a lot of people. This is what has attracted a lot of people to this market, and the option to actually have fractional shares, like many others have recently started to offer, is huge for these new traders and new investors. So recently we've seen an influx of Robinhood traders that actually come into the market, especially throughout this pandemic, and what we see as cheap or on sale stocks, if you will, and an influx of money into those stocks. Now Robinhood, with this free commission and free pretty much everything, has people wondering, how do they make money? Well, they do actually sell the order flow like a lot of other institutions that have started their commission-free trading. They sell order flow to larger clients, so they sell your data to larger clients, and that is totally transparent. They've come out and said that, so that's how they make their money. Also, you have something like Robinhood Premium, I believe, that is about $5 a month, which gives you different features, such as level 2 trading and other little tidbits that you may not get with the free version. So even though Robinhood does have commission-free trading, they do have some decent fees that they've hidden pretty well with the $0 commission trading. There is commission here and there, just a pretty fractional amount, about $22.10 per $1 million on sell-only side for their regulatory trading fees. Now you'll see a little more of that information here. We'll post it up and you can see all the regulatory trading fees and everything. There's also transfers, so transfer fees that are a little more than we anticipated. But the main kicker here is borrowing. So borrowing on margin and buying power will cost you. Now we'll paste that up here as well for you guys to get a better view, but depending on your account size and buying power, you will be charged a certain amount on a 30-day rollover basis, for example. So just to give you a little example, both extremes of the spectrum. At the beginning, if you have a smaller account, as you can see here on the screen, between $2,000 and $3,000, if you want just $1,000 of extra margin buying power, you're gonna have to pay $6 for 30 days, every 30 days. Let's say you have a $50,000 account, as you can see here on the screen, and you want $25,000 of buying power, you're gonna have to be paying $120 every 30 days. So you can see here there are some fees that you guys should be aware of. That's how they do make some of their money as well. But for the most part, it is very fair on the commission-free trading side. It's just borrowing on margin and the interest, everything kind of starts adding up from there. So there has been a lot of iteration and a lot of press to say about Robinhood, and it has exploded in terms of news-related articles all over the web, everywhere. What is Robinhood? How has Robinhood been developing? Who is on Robinhood? And what have we seen so far with this crazy potential quote-unquote Robinhood rally in the stock market? Now, in recent market events related to Robinhood, it doesn't seem like there is big money in this economy, and that's why people do call it the Robinhood rally. It's the retail rally potentially. We don't know that 100% for sure, but there's about nearly $5 trillion missing in the market. So $5 trillion of cash is sitting in investor hands. To be exact, I think the figure is $4.6 trillion of investor money actually sitting in market money funds and in cash, which is a lot to be out of this huge market rally. So the big money isn't really in this economy, which has pressed a lot of analysts and big players to coin this as the Robinhood rally. So increased Robinhood investors have been entering the market, especially since the start of the pandemic. In 2016, the platform started with about 1 million users, and currently it's well over 10 million users. So that is just a 4-year span, and with $60 million of revenue in March, it has a valuation of over $8 billion. So where's this revenue coming from? If there is zero commissions, well, again, they're selling order flow data, and there's a lot of activity that happened in March. A lot of activity throughout the pandemic, and a lot of activity will continue to happen in this platform. Now, what have the traders and investors on Robinhood been doing? So they've been buying super low costing stocks with the anticipation of them going up. So they'll find something that was, I don't know, let's say $30, $40 before this crash, even $10, $15 before the crash, into the pennies, has crashed into the pennies, and they'll look for things like that and buy them. What we think are cheap stocks for a reason, they might think that they're on sale. So there have been a lot of new traders in Robinhood. There's also a lot of very seasoned investors who are taking advantage of this $0 commission. Robinhood investors are actually outperforming fund managers with dangerous diversification. So if this dangerous diversification continues, we will see a little mix match in the pricing models. But so far, they're filling their portfolios with airlines, cruise lines, oil, and a lot of retail stocks which are in danger of bankruptcy should this pandemic continue. However, those portfolios on average in Robinhood accounts that have been filling with those previously mentioned assets have gone up about 60-65% on average. While if you compare those to fund managers with a very much more diversified and sophisticated portfolio has only gone up about 45% on average. Now, we have to beg the question, what is the Robinhood average trader's level of education in terms of trading and investing, and really dive into that. This is not a jab at anyone who uses Robinhood, but we have to get to the bottom of this. We want to see people succeed in the markets, and a lot of these newer traders are entering this app and just buying up stocks that are filing for bankruptcy. So you might be left holding the bag if not educated, especially when you're using derivative assets like options. So there's a lot of uneducated investors in Robinhood, but that also means there's a lot of great traders and great investors in Robinhood, those who are actually taking advantage of these $0 commissions. So there is a split pot. I don't know exactly what the mix is, but there is a lot of retail newer crowd that comes in along with these more sophisticated investors who do use Robinhood. I know a few traders that actually use Robinhood to trade options, and they're very knowledgeable. There is nothing bad to say about them. They're taking advantage of this app and they're doing great. However, there are traders on the other end of the spectrum who are more on the speculative side and who take on a lot of leverage and margin and end up hurting themselves. Now, a lot of these new investors and traders see the opportunity and potential and do enter high-risk trades, again using derivatives and margin. Without the knowledge of these products, it could put you in a very unfavorable position, especially if you're selling derivative contracts for premium, using that premium to actually purchase more. So there was obviously this tragic case that we all are aware of in the trading community of a Robinhood user by the name of Alexander Kearns, and he was from Nebraska, a 20-year-old student that actually ended up taking his life after seeing a minus $730K cash position and buying power in his account, not actually a minus $730K confirmed loss that was reflected in the account. As you can see, there are account statements online posted by, I think, a cousin on Twitter, where you do see his account balance is $16,000. It's still $16,000. However, the cash position was minus 730 grand, and so was the buying power. So that raised a lot of concerns. Why was he allowed to use that much margin? Is Robinhood giving underqualified individuals this much margin to hurt them and collect the interest for borrowing that much money? Or is it something else? But the student ended up taking his own life in what could have been a misunderstanding, which is very unfortunate. It is how the actual numbers are projected on the Robinhood app that may have confused the young individual, because what he thought he was doing was hedging a position with limited risk. So no matter what would happen in this options position, I think it was bear put or a bull put, one of those positions, and what he thought was a managed risk position, he was only going to lose a certain amount, turned into this negative $730,000 cash position and buying power. Now, that may not have been a realized loss, but the way that it was formed and the education behind what Robinhood provides may have cost this individual's life, and we are deeply saddened by this. So I want everyone to be a little more educated on the matter so no one restores to something like this. Again, your life is worth more than any financial loss or gain. Take that into consideration. And individuals, if you do encounter something of this situation, these circumstances, please do a little more research before acting a little more rash. Now, our heart and condolences go out to him and his family, but this is something that we want to focus on and educate people about. If you are going to trade options and derivatives, understand that there is a lot of risk in the stock market, especially in derivative assets. So please be educated and understand how they work, how you may manage your risk. And also, it could be a lot of the fault on Robinhood. I'm not saying anyone shares the blame or anyone single-handedly holds the blame, but there's a lot of questions to be asked about Robinhood. Why was the position not closed out if this individual was in a risk of losing a substantial amount of money that he did not have? Generally, firms and brokerages manage their own risk, and if they know that there's a huge at-risk individual, they'll just blow out the position. Easy as that, mitigating their loss and the individual's loss. So there's a lot of questions about how it was portrayed on the screen as well, and a lot of these we don't have answers to yet. So Robinhood has some explaining to do. But to continue with this Robinhood discussion, will this Robinhood bull run continue? We can blah about this all day, but this Robinhood buying, retail buying, is it actually the focus of this most recent bull run? A lot of analysts and investors say yes, but some say no. So what is really causing this? A mix of the Fed's continuous stimulus and these Robinhood traders just aggressively getting into the market. There's a lot of money actually into the market based on just these retailers, but there's a lot of money left out. There's about, if we do the math correctly, about 1/6 of the market cap's money is not in this market. So that's a decent amount. There's a lot of big money that's not in there. But Robinhood investors are buying stocks that are popular, and we've seen spikes in those stocks and then a dip, expecting them to get back to their original number. So that's why these Robinhood investors are buying these stocks. So imagine a stock that's worth $30 in January 2020. Drops down to 15 bucks, drops down to 10 bucks, 5 bucks. So Robinhood investors are buying this thing in anticipation that it'll get back up to $30, $40. But in reality, this could be a company that's nearing bankruptcy, right? And this temporary pop isn't a long-term thing. And you beg to ask the question, will they get out of the position when the profits are realized, or will they hold out this position, right? If it's a swing trade, I know a lot of swing traders that have been trading Hertz and other bankrupting companies and have been getting out. But will these individuals, these newer individuals on Robinhood, continue to buy as it keeps dropping is a real question. So we'll see what happens. May this be the end of the bull run, the Robinhood bull run, when the big money starts to pull out even more and start hammering it with sellers. So there's a lot of short positions actually being opened up by big money. So if we see continuous sellers pumping into this market, will we see a blowout of a lot of Robinhood accounts? How will that end? This is considered more of a retail rally, but we won't know until it ends, right? So we also have to ask the question, where is the economy headed and how will Robinhood traders get on, before we talk more about the platform here. Now, the economy seems to be headed to another leg lower as we're anticipating negative GDP for this quarter, although it is more of a lagging indicator in terms of GDP estimates, and the market may have already priced a lot of that in. We are expecting to see extended QE, and no real big money has jumped into this rally, so it doesn't seem like the strength is sustained. Now, we have seen a lot of increase in COVID cases, especially throughout the US, with a potential second wave coming in, which could continue the panic, Fed stimulus, and more money into the market by the Federal Reserve, which could help the market pop just a little before there is panic selling and another leg lower. If there's further GDP quarters that continue to seep into the negative, we will probably see another leg lower in the stock market. Will we see a new low? Maybe not, but will we see another push to the downside in these 2500s on the S&P 2600s? I wouldn't be surprised to see that. So this might cause a large wipeout in a lot of retail-based platforms like Robinhood. A lot of retail accounts may get blown out in terms of panic selling and big money moving size and selling into it. So it may not as well, but however, in the future, the platform and the traders will have to rely on increasing their education for continued growth. It's easy as that. And understanding how the markets really work before taking on a lot of this risk. So there's been an influx in day trading throughout the pandemic as well, maybe because people think it is easy, but maybe because they're bored, or maybe because they actually finally get the chance to do this. No matter what the case is, please educate yourselves. And no matter what you guys do, whether it's options trading, futures trading, even stock trading, day traders out there, find the education. There's a lot of free resources out online. Doesn't mean you have to join TRADEPRO Academy, but we provide a great futures trading, day trading resource. So come on and check us out. But for those who are getting into the craft, please do a lot of research online and focus on what is a little more real than not, even though that may be hard to find these. But a lot of this Robinhood money may get wiped out without having this education, so we have to keep tabs on that. Now, is Robinhood the best platform out there for new traders? I don't think so. I think it's a good platform for someone who's a little more advanced actually and is able to invest and swing trade, taking advantage of these $0 commissions. But I think it's only good for people who do have education backing them and understand how the markets move and understand how the derivatives move and what to do with them. Is it the best day trading platform? No, that's for sure. It doesn't have a lot of the tools that you may need. It's just a simple app phone where you could swing trade here and there with different charts. But does it have high potential? Yes. They need to increase their education capacity and also a little more work on the platform itself. And Robinhood does have a chance to increase and become one of the most popular, one of the best and highest user-based platforms out there, which could attract even institutional clients. I do understand it's retail-based and it's for retail traders, which is good only if you understand what you're doing, especially in the derivatives market. But is Robinhood the best trading platform, day trading, swing trading platform? I would say no. It's missing a lot of the tools and we need to see a lot more education in the platform. Is it easy to use? Yes. Is it commission free? Yes. So with that being said, it's okay for someone who is an intermediate trader. If you are a beginner, if you are a newer trader, check out TradingView. Use it in conjunction with Robinhood and you won't regret it. When you can read the charts, you can do all your analysis and do other research around. It doesn't have to be Robinhood be all and end all. Thinkorswim is great as well for beginners, Sierra charts for futures trading, and there's a lot better platforms out there. So this is Victorio from TRADEPRO Academy. This was my take on Robinhood. Is the best day trading platform. What does Robinhood have in store for its future and the economic future? Find out in this video. But for the time being, that was all I have. I hope everyone really enjoyed this video. Drop a comment down below. What do you think? What do you want to hear? What do you want to know? Smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. We'll see everyone next time here at TRADEPRO Academy.